Thanks for clicking on Just Beast Fitness. I'm your trainer Jasper Bravo, and today we are training our arms and our mid delts. Today we are training our shoulders, the mid shoulders, by the way. And as you know, these are those body parts that usually tend to recover really fast. And this year, the year of bulking, we are training our arms almost every day. Just minus the biceps. The triceps we train every day, the biceps every other day. We try to do that. Of course, sometimes we don't manage, but that's always what we try to do every week. And the shoulders, we always do them every other day. And the lateral head, also we try to do at least every single day, because these are body parts that we've realized that really recover really fast. So that's what's happened. We want to grow these arms, but there's never anything as having an arm too big. There's never anything of that sort. So you can always grow it bigger and bigger. Right now, this is our physique update right now. As you know, we are on a bulk right now, and we are trying to just gain as much muscles as possible. So we're in a little bit of a caloric surplus just to allow that to happen. And in the process of doing this, sometimes you could gain some fat, and we are ready for that, really, but we're trying to minimize that. Always during your bulk, try your best to gain as little fat as possible and as much muscles as possible, because that's what you want. Because if you gain really so much muscles and at the same time you gain so much fats, what will happen afterwards is that when you start now losing the fats, you'll have to lose some of the muscles, and you just don't want that. So the less you'll have to lose during the losing period or the cutting period, the better for you, because that will allow you to still retain most of the muscles. So we are starting with the warm-up set, and I just picked 7.5 kilograms, just a weight that won't hurt me. And we are just trying to make sure that the joints around the shoulders are well warmed up before we get to the real thing, before we attack the weight. And we do this every single time we start any type of a workout, just to make us be in the mood and also to make the muscles and the joints ready for that. Because if you just attack the weight without warming up, it increases your chances of injury, and you just don't want that. Injury always is your enemy as far as your progress is concerned. You might make very huge steps, and then you get hurt. Then you have to stay without training, let's say for 6 months or 1 year. You come back to the gym, you find that you've lost all the gains you had, or almost all, and you find somebody wasn't working as hard as you are, as just surpassed you. I'm not saying it's a competition, but there should be a difference. If you work hard and you're giving it all and somebody doesn't, it's only fair enough that you also need to have better results, assuming both of you have the same genetics. Of course, this doesn't apply all the time, but at least it's something that we try to achieve, and it's something that I think makes sense, and it's fair that way. Of course, life is not fair, but I believe so much that the more you put in, the more you'll get out. And the best way, and after getting so much, if you put in so much and you gain so much compared to the others who don't, the best way of retaining that is by just making sure you don't get hurt. Because if you find an injury, you get injured, these guys will just be gaining as you don't, and you don't want that. You want to look good, you want to be the hardest worker in the room, and you want to have the best physique. You want that to be reflected on your physique, right? Very nice. So right now we are also warming up the triceps, and just to make sure that they are well warmed up, for the next workout, which is going to be a triceps workout. So we have to do this also to stretch them and make sure that they're well warmed up. This is the first set of the workout, of overhead dumbbell extension. And this overhead extension is always very good for tricep workout, for the long head of the triceps. Now we superset it with the lateral raises for the mid delts, just to make sure that we have that V-taper shape. That's why we train them every single day, or almost every single day, or any other day, just to make sure that we have that V-taper. It always makes you look, even if you have a big belly, by the way, it will always be beneficial to you if you can grow a little bit of your shoulders, because it will make your stomach look smaller. That's a hack. Then we superset it with the overhead extension, and this overhead extension is the cable one. We had to do the cable. I just decided to move to the cable because the overhead dumbbell was just painful. I was feeling a little bit of uncomfort feeling on my elbows, because I still have some pain on my elbows. My elbows is not fully healed. I don't know. I think I got some injury the other day, and it's been like a week since, and I feel it anytime I do some of the workouts. So anytime I feel a workout is becoming uncomfortable, I just switch it up, because there are always other options. So yeah, right now we're just doing the overhead extension, and it's a very good workout, especially for your long head of the of the triceps. It trains all other heads of the triceps, but it mainly targets that part. Then you go back to lateral raises. Right now we are using 12.5 kgs, and we are just trying to control the weight, because some people get to this workout and all they do is they lift the weight all the way up, then they allow it to drop back onto their thighs. That's not what you're looking for. That's not what you want. You want to control it all the way up, then you control it down. Carry the weight, lift the weight, don't let it lift you. Then superset it with the overhead extension, which is for the triceps. So right now, today is going to be a very short workout, because we are short of time and we have to work out. We have to get that pump, and you just have to kill this, And now this is the second set for this workout, and I want you to know that this is one of my favorite workouts for the long head. I love this workout so much, and if you haven't tried it, you could also try it. It really targets that long head of the triceps well, and with time, if you do this, you'll find that when you walk around, people will be seeing your triceps from behind, and that is the responsibility of that tricep. It makes you look big, your arm look big from behind. So we go to the next workout, which is the lateral raises, and now we're doing it with 15 kilograms and still controlling the weight. The fact that we increase the weight is not an excuse to cheat. I usually see some people saying that if you lift heavy enough, you're allowed to cheat. I really don't think so. Then we superset it with the overhead cable extension, and this one, as I told you, is one of my most favorite workouts, and if you haven't tried it, you could try it, and yeah, you'll love it a lot. Right now, this is the second set we're doing on this workout, and the lateral raises, we've done 3 sets, so we are on the track yet. And you remember also we did dumbbell overhead, which we did one set before it started hurting. So since we have done 3 sets of the lateral raises, we're going to do inclined lateral raises, and this is a very brutal workout for the mid delts, by the way. And if you don't have a mid delt, they're not growing, try this workout. Try this one. I swear, if you don't do this, try this one, and you'll come and thank me later, because since I discovered this workout, always my shoulder workout have just improved. And anytime I'm training my shoulders and I just feel like I want to have some fun, I want to get that pump really quick, I actually run to this workout. It's always such a knack. And that doesn't mean that it's easy, by the way. It's super difficult. It's super challenging. I think that's why I love it so much. I don't love easy stuff. So we do that. As you can see, how I demonstrate this workout. I think there's a video on how I do it, and if there isn't, I'll make soon. But just for quicker, I'll tell you that how you do this workout is you lie on your side like this, and then you lift the weight. You take a dumbbell that you can handle. Like right now, I'm using 7.5 kgs. Then you fold your arms to a level where, after I'm assuming right now you're lying on an inclined bench. Then you support your knees on that pad over there, the one people usually sit on when they're doing the inclined. Then make sure that this arm of yours that you're using to lift at this moment is a little bit folded, so that the dumbbell touches somewhere around your waist. Then you lift it all the way up, and you don't really go high. You don't get to 90 degrees because it will start hurting. Just get it high enough to a place where it starts being uncomfortable. Then you bring it all down. Then you control it, and you'll feel this so bad. Then I'm going next to now this one, another one that I also love doing. That after doing those 2, I want you to understand that I haven't rested. It's a superset. And this one now, I allow the weight to run all the way down below me, just below the the bench there, then I lift it all the way up. And this one targets more of front delts, and also it the rear delts and the lateral delts. It just targets almost all the three heads. And I do this also because of that longer range of motion. You can notice that this one goes the weight, I have to pull the weight from under the table, and the other one that I just started with, you noticed that I was just pulling the weight up, then placing it on my waist or on my thighs on the left, on my side, and that is quite a short range of motion. So just to get the benefit from both of the worlds, I just do both. Then I superset it with across the body tricep cable extension. That's a very long name, but you could call it across the body tricep extension. And this workout, I don't usually do it, by the way. This is a workout I saw a long time ago, and I decided to try it today. And I can't lie to you, boy, I loved it. It's now my new favorite, by the way. This is my new baby as far as triceps is concerned. I just did one set and I felt it immediately. I didn't have to repeat the next set to get some pump. It was so immediate. In fact, before the end of the set, I was already feeling the pump, and that makes it my favorite, by the way. This is one workout you're going to see regularly if you're going to stick around. And that is, if you mean to stick around, you could like this video, by the way, if you're enjoying what you're watching, and you could subscribe if you want to continue watching the video. And let's go back to the workout. And right now, I'm getting to failure, if as you can notice, and I've done that. I've rested for a few seconds. Then you go to the second set of these inclined lateral raises, and I do the same as I told you. I place the weight on my waist, then I get to failure and I do the other side. Then I do the full extension, the one that I go all the way down, all the way up, and I do the same from the other side. I just do the same reps, the same weight for both of the sides to maintain that symmetry and balance of the body, because you don't want to look funny. You don't want to be stronger one side and the other side weaker. You want to be balanced, symmetrical as much as possible. And the way you can do that is by making sure that you always match the number of reps and weight you do with both sides of your limbs. So this is another workout, by there. I wanted to tell you that I don't see this workout. I don't see anybody do this workout at my gym. I don't see anybody. And if there's anybody who does it right now, is because maybe they saw me do it. I don't see anybody doing it, and I don't know why. Maybe they haven't seen it, because this is it's not really old school. Because I remember there's one that Arnold Schwarzenegger used to do, and he used to do it across the body, not on the side. Like, he could lie, and it wasn't normal. He never used to do it on an incline, but on a flat. He could take a bench, put it flat, then he could take a dumbbell and lie on the side. Then he lifts the dumbbell across the body as though he was doing, let's say, reverse flies, but now with the thumb facing downwards. But now, that was a good one, but this one is better. This one is better. If you know that other one, because that's very old school, try this one. This will hit better. And still, if you're in a situation where you can get, maybe your gym has a cable that you can adjust, you could also try using a cable. I've never done it with the cable, so I don't know how it comes out. You could try, then you tell us in the comments below what you think. If you've tried it with using a cable, you let us know how it felt. I've never tried it, but I'm just imagining that it could be epic with the cable, because of that continuous tension throughout the movement, because with the cable you are not really directly fighting gravity. So this is the second set. We're done with that. Now we superset with the cross the body tricep extension, and as I told you, this is my new favorite. I'm just loving it. Now I just want to do, I've reduced the weight a little bit because I noticed the first set was a little heavy. Remember, I wasn't able to even do 10 reps, so I decided to do this, reduce the weight, and allow me enjoy the workout more, just to allow me get the squeeze, because there's just awesome squeeze that I love with this workout, and I feel like having more weights there just robs me of that squeeze. So I'd rather reduce the weight and enjoy the squeeze. Yes, because sometimes the juice is worth the squeeze. I know that analogy doesn't make sense there, but I just wanted to sound a little bit smart. So let's go back to the other side. We alternate the same number of reps we did with the other side, we do with this other side. And I always start with my weaker arm, which is left arm, by the way. But nowadays they're almost balancing. There was a time it was really terrible. My left used to be weak. Right now they're almost balanced, but still there's a little bit more strength on the right. So I'd start with my left, make sure I drain everything out of it, then I do the same number of reps on the right, just to allow the brothers to catch up to one another. It's always good to go together. They say that if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And you want to go far, not fast. So we go back to the third set of inclined lateral raises. This is dumbbells, and as you can see, I'm placing the weight around my hip. Yes, use my hip area. If you're a lady and you're doing this workout, I'd prefer you'll place the weight around your waist, because your hip could be a hindrance. It will reduce the range of motion, because most of you ladies have very big hips, so you don't want that to be a disadvantage. It's a blessing. Don't make it be a curse during your workout. And just not to allow that, you don't use your hips, you put it on your waist, because if you put it on your hips, waist, if you put it on your waist, wow, that was a new word. If you put it on your waist, it will have a long range of motion, and that's what you want, not your hips. But personally, I'm a dude, so I don't have any big hips, so I'm allowed to do that. Now this is getting very difficult right now. I can tell you for sure that you can see I'm really struggling right now. I'm not struggling because I want to. I'm not struggling because I got myself in this situation, but it's because of the workout that we've been doing. It gets to a place where that fatigue starts to kick in, and this is just that moment, and the weight start feeling heavier, the reps start feeling like there's so many. When you're told to do 10, you feel like it's forever. Yeah, so this is what's up. We just try and push it all the way. We don't usually care anyway. It doesn't matter. We want to start hard and always end strong. So when we are ending, we make sure that we do it all. That's why you see we are suffering like this. I'm not going to do less reps just with the next excuse that we are tired. No, we're going to squeeze it all out. We have to have a strong end, so that when we stop, if somebody moves in the gym and sees us working out, they'll not know whether we're just getting started or we are finishing. You want that last set, that one last rep and of the last workout to look like it's the first time you're starting with. We want it to look like a warm-up, and you can only do that by suffering through it. Now we go direct to biceps. We're done with triceps, by the way, in case you didn't know. I think we're done with triceps. No, there's still one more workout of the triceps, but because of time, we decided to get into biceps because the shoulders are now cooked. We're now remaining with the arms to just concentrate on them. We're starting with the biceps curls, and right now these curls I'm doing right now, they usually called 21s, but I call them 30s because I usually feel like, why 7? Why not just finish just 3 and make them 10, So I just go for that. I love them bigger. I love it. I love the reps bigger, that is. So we started the first rep, the first one, which was the full one. I usually start with the full one, full motion, because it's the most difficult for me. So I start with that. Then I go on the upper part, I do another 10. Then I go on the lower part, I do the 10. This one was a very old school workout. This is another workout that I don't see people doing nowadays, but it's one workout that is so brutal. I think that's why people don't just do it. It's not easy. It's one of the most difficult bicep workouts, by the way. That is, some people, most of the time I see people use barbell, which I also do sometimes, but today I just wanted to get a little bit twist to the workout, and I decided today I'm using the dumbbells. Now you go now to the next tricep workout, which is a close grip bench press, and this one also I usually put it at the end of my tricep workout, which is opposite to what most people do. Most people start with this one because it's a compound movement, and you need to start with your compound movements. People say that all the time. Personally, I don't believe in that bullshit. I'm not calling it bullshit. I mean, I don't believe in that stuff because it sounds like you're a robot and you are made to do things in a certain way because that's what people are used to doing. And sometimes I think it's okay to think and try and imagine the reasons behind it. So the reason why people start with it is because it's easy to overload, so that you'll carry so much weight, right? But if it's a workout that allows you to lift so much weight for you to get to failure, why not put it at the end? Because even if it's at the end, you'll still have energy to still at least lift it. You'll not be able to lift as much weight as you could have, but still, comparatively to the others, it will be still more weights. That's why personally I do my squats at the last of the workout, my leg day. I do bench at the end of my bench at the end of my whatever, my chest. I do close grip at the end of my triceps, because I know these are those workouts which just allows you to lift so much weight. So I don't need to start with them. I can still lift so much weight even when I'm tired. So why not put them at the end? And plus, the secret behind that is, what that will help you with that you don't know is that it will reduce your chances of getting injured, because you get injured many times because you are lifting weights which are just too heavy. But if you make sure that the workouts that allow you to lift really heavy are at the end of the workout, it means you'll be lifting them when you're tired, so you'll not have to lift as much weight and you still get the benefits. Am I making sense? If I'm not, I will next time maybe, or I don't know, because I've tried to explain it how I could. Now we go to the next set of close grip. Again, as I was saying, I put it at the end of my workout, which means if you see me doing this, it means the triceps workout are almost getting to an end. Of course, there are days that I do it at the beginning. I don't want you guys to think that I'm a robot, and you guys also should not think like robots. No, it's always, you can always play with these things. Sometimes you can, put it at the end, at the middle, because also sometimes, when the muscle gets confused and gets, the way Arnold used to say it, if you confuse and they shock the muscle, it tends to grow more because it doesn't know what's coming next, so it has to prepare all the time. It makes the muscle always staying on alert, for lack of a better word. Now we're going to the next bicep, one of my favorites too, which is inclined dumbbell curls. And you guys, I know if you always watch my videos, if you have subscribed, I know you know that this is one of my most favorite workouts, because I love it. And anytime, if you're somebody who also knows me, you know that if I love something, then it must be very difficult. Yeah, it's one of the most difficult biceps workout, and that's why I love it. It makes me stronger, it makes me a tough guy, and apart from that, it makes my muscles grow bigger. Imagine having all those in one. Anyway, now we're just controlling the weight. When you're doing this workout also, I want you to do something always for me. Don't drop the weight down. People do that a lot. Make sure you control the weight all the way down, all the way up. And another thing, don't do some shallow reps, all the those reps which are not the partial reps. Go all the way down and stretch that muscle, because that's the most important part, the stretch. Now we are supersetting that with this workout. What's the name of this workout? This one is it's called reverse grip bar curls. Yes, now this is what we are doing right now, and as you can see, it's becoming difficult, but we have to do it anyway. And we have to reduce some weight and now repeat it with the less weight. And now this makes it the second set. We just reset for a bit, 10 seconds, because the forearm tends also to recover really fast. And yeah, so we have enough energy to hit and kill the next set, which is this second set, and still kill that biceps. And this also for those guys, if you don't train your forearm, because I know guys who don't, always try to do this workout, because at least it hits your forearm and the biceps at the same time. And that is the end of this workout. And now it's time to check our progress and check the pump. And you guys can see, personally, I'm impressed. It looks nice and it looks freaky, and I love that. I can see something to do with the shoulders. I'm seeing the shoulders have really pumped. I don't know if you can notice the difference from the beginning and the end. There's a lot of veins around there that we weren't seeing before. That is just a confirmation that we've worked. We've done some good job right here on this body. Now we just want to allow it to grow and feed it and allow it to grow and allow it to rest. And if you can do that, we repeat, do that again and repeat. And yeah, we wait and see what will happen. And always, we don't give up. Make sure that you try to improve yourself in every single area that you can, and don't allow anybody to make you believe that you can't, because most of the time when people tell you that you can't, they're not talking about you, they're talking about themselves. People just tell you what they see. They tell you what they see from their perspective. So when they tell you that you can't, it's because they can't, so they think you can't too. And guess what? If you tell yourself you can, it doesn't matter how many people tell you can't, because the biggest validation you should always look for is your own. When you get the validation, you should trust me, you will be able to push yourself and do whatever you need to do. not ever waiting for anybody's validation. Don't ask for anybody's permission to go for the things you want. Don't ask for anybody's permission to follow your dreams and do whatever it takes to get whatever you want. As long as you're ready to pay the price, as long as you're ready to do what it takes, you have your plan and you've put them in actionable, and you don't blame anyone. And when things go wrong, you go back and look inside and ask yourself, where did I go wrong, and improve and make another step. And when you fall, you stand again better, stronger, and always asking yourself, where can I do better, where can I improve? Daily learning, getting yourself better, and never comparing yourself to other people, because you at step 1 could be somebody else's step 5, and you know that comparison is the thief of all joy. Just do your thing, just have your own journey, follow it, and guess what, we're going to meet at the end, because at the top up there is very lonely, but it takes time to get up there. I'd rather we go back up where it's lonely, not where it's full of these snakes. Let me see you in the next one, and don't forget to like and subscribe.